How we doing? Oh, there's always something happening. Always something happening. How we doing? We good? Jasmine's here as well. And Iris. Some people saying there's no sign. Hopefully that's all resolved now. My microphone had turned itself off, I think, while we were getting it all up and running. I just wanted to check to make sure that it's all, yay! Okay, yay from Iris. Hello, everybody. Back to my hellos. So I hope you've all had a lovely week. It's Friday and it's a miserable day here in Scotland. It has been raining pretty much all day non-stop. It's just been consistent. It's grey and Ranger's not very happy. He didn't get a WALK this morning because he took one look and went, no. And then all day he's been just wanting to play. He's got so much energy. It's been a bit of a rubbish day. What's it like with you guys? Let me know in the comments. I noticed that Margeline is here. Hey! And she said that Kenrick is turning 16 tomorrow, which is nuts. I can't believe that he's getting so big. I think he was 13 when I remember him. I remember seeing his comments the first time on the stream. Is that about right? How old is Kenrick when he started watching? That's crazy. Please send him a big happy birthday from us over here. And I'm sorry to hear that you haven't been well, Marjane. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you feel better soon. Sorry I didn't get a come craft with me last week. I got my injection, I got my jab, and I was feeling okay. I wasn't poorly really, but my arm was just dead. It just felt like I'd been punched, and I thought that one-handed crafting was probably not that entertaining. Actually, it probably would be really entertaining for you guys. But I thought I just didn't need that on a Friday night. I was like, I think I just need to rest. And in fact, I just spent some time with Piper, so that was really nice. Marcy says, we need your rain. We have a severe drought here in California. Take it, I promise. We'll be fine without it for a while. Yell says, plenty of rain everywhere. And Michaela's here too. Hi. Hello. I hope you're all doing well. I have got my box of crafty bits and pieces in here from the new release. I left Morgan labeling bits and pieces earlier, so she was in there going through them all. So we've also got Denise watching on Facebook. Hi. Hello. Speaking about Facebook, so this week, earlier in the week, we did an Instagram live using our phones, and we had some issues with like the audio really cutting out. I think my phone was overheating. So we're doing a little bit of experimenting over the next sort of week or so, trying to find that sweet spot for doing live so we can bring you more content and just kind of engage with you guys more as well. So that's good, but bear with us because I think we're going to have a few little challenges. So yes, bear with us with that one. We did put a little a poll out on the Heavy Doodlers group asking if we're going to do lives, where do you want to see them? And in fact, pretty much people were saying YouTube, Facebook, and then I don't think they had very many requests for Instagram. So the good news is that if we're bringing you more lives, we'll probably be doing them on YouTube and Facebook, and we can do them both together actually, but we'll probably end up doing it under Heavy Doodle during the week, so it'll be an actual Heavy Doodle live. So if you haven't already, you might want to go over to the Heavy Doodle YouTube at some point and click the notification bell so that you get notified whenever we go live, so you can watch that too. Can you just check that's plugged in, please? Okay. Iris says that she's doing good right now, recovering from COVID. I found out I had it last week. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry for you. I hope that it passes quickly. Margeline says, here's the rain and sunshine switching all the time. Yeah, well, at least you get a little bit of a break from it, I suppose. Right, so I am going to go and grab some alcohol marker friendly cardstock here, because I'm going to make a card today, which I'm not sure if you guys saw that we had a blog hop over on Hefty Doodle this week, and it was amazing, phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, write it down and go back and watch that after the live, because you are gonna love it. So it was a collaboration with Gerda Steiner and Hefty Doodle, and the projects were amazing. And one of the ladies in the Gerda Steiner team made a card which she called a theater card. And I'm going to attempt to make one tonight because I just thought it was so cool. And I think that you guys will love it. It's an interactive card. It's super fun. And I'm hoping that I can kind of remember it all. But I know you guys will forgive me if I'm stumbling a little bit, as you always do. So you're so good with that. Iris says, thank you. It wasn't that bad, luckily. I still don't know where I got it, though. That's the hard thing, isn't it? Ooh, yes. Okay, we'll use that. So I'm going to be making this card using my Highland Honeys. And I think I'm going to also use some of maybe like the trees and things from the Home Sweet Home stamp set. So let's first of all get these all stamped up, and we'll get an idea of what we're gonna have in our fun card. Definitely gonna put a moo cow, a Highland cow, maybe even a couple of them. I think I might stamp a few of these actually. I think that would be super fun. So this week we had, we did our live, and then Morgan and I, we actually went outside to the new Hefty HQ to paint it. And we got like 2 walls done, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm pooped, I'm exhausted, I don't want to do this anymore. So poor Craig went out and did the ceilings. We have to do the ceiling, which is really hard, especially with the roller. You have to kind of put your back into it, and we all know that my back ain't gonna go into anything. And as Craig went out to have another shot at it, and then he came in and went, yeah, I'm just gonna get someone else to do it. We tried some DIY. We failed. Although, is it failing whenever the job still gets done? It's just not you that's doing it. See, I just think that's the definition of a win. Also this week, exciting news for me in regards to home life is that we last week went to a store and we managed to buy a sofa. Yay! Come on. So that's exciting. We bought some sofas, but we have to wait like 10 weeks for them to get here, which is super sad. But hey ho, good things come to those who wait. Isn't that what you say? All right, so I've stamped my little Highland cow, and I've got my Nessies, and I think I'm going to stamp, there's like a little fish in here, so I'm going to stamp him as well. Will this fit in here? Don't know whether I'll get another Mukai in here. Not quite. 2 will have to do. I'll get my little fishy in there. Awesome. And I think I'm going to go and grab also a fish from the Oceans of Love set. I think we'll do that. But before, I'll do these little evergreen trees. So tell me, have you guys been crafting this week? What have you been up to? Anything exciting to report or to share? Did anybody do the hop? Have any feedback for us? See if I can get another one down here. Marcy says, sadly, I'm making a pet sympathy card. My dear friend's dog passed away this week. Oh, sympathy cards are always really hard, but I think pet sympathy cards, I don't know, they pull at my heartstrings a little bit too much. So sad. So very sad. Okay. Now I'm also going to use the mountain stamps in this set. To make some mountains. Yes, it's always hard, says Marcy. Jasmine says, I hopped along. It was fab. Yay. Also this week, in other news, I was drawing some more stamps. So that's very exciting. All right, I'm just going to do one set of these for now. I might do some more in a little bit, I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to put these to the side and I'm going to leave these for just now, and I'm going to go and get some cardstock so that I can build and talk a little bit about the background of my card. So I have some card which is already pre-cut to 11 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to create a couple of 5.5 by 4 1/4 panels to help us get started. And like I say, hopefully I can remember all of these. Okay, so this is going to be, this piece here is a white piece of card, and it's 5.5 by 4 1/4, and that's going to be the base of my card. There's going to be a panel I'm going to build my card on. And then I'm going to have two, what Karen called curtains, and they will kind of come out like this. So they will also form part of the card. You'll see a little bit of them when the card is in its default position, but then you'll pull them out a little bit. So we're going to need one for either side, and then we're going to have a panel that will be on the front like this. So these are all the same size at the moment, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4. But these two, which is called the curtains, I'm actually going to make them a little tiny bit not quite as tall. So I'm going to take that down. Instead of 4 1/4, I'm going to take it down to about 4, maybe just 4 and a little bit. Let's see. I'll do both of them the same. So 4 and like 1/8 maybe. like so. So these here are just ever so slightly not quite as tall as this panel here. And then we're going to crease our curtains. Pop that there for just now. And we're going to crease at the halfway mark. So this is 5.5. So it will be 2 1/4. No, that's not right. 2.5, 2 3/4 will be the halfway mark, like so. So there's 1 and 2 3/4. Will be here. That's 2. And then I'm going to crease this in half again in this section here. So hopefully you can follow along. So that 3.5 would make it here. And then 1 to this. So in between 1 1/4 and 1.5. Let's do that. Same on this side, like so. And for this, we're going to fold them in again in the same way as we did the first fold, so that it creates a U shape, like so. I'm hoping you're following along. If you have any questions at any point, please shout. So these are going to be what we call the curtains, and they're going to go like this. This skinny bit is going to go in the front of this panel, like so. And this one over here. And when it's closed, it'll fold like this, if you can see. And then when we open the curtains, they will fold out like this. Are you following? All right. And that's all I'm going to do just now until we build the background with some inks and some stencils. So I'm going to go and grab some stencils from my... First of all, I have my cloudy skies. I've got my green fields. And I also think I might go for my first snow stencil as well. So my first snow, green fields, and my cloudy skies. And I want to think a little bit here about what the scene is I'm going to build. So I think I'm going to put these guys in the back like so. And so they're going to be part of my scenery like this. And then what I'll find useful is if I tape up these bits here. Tape them together with some low tack tape. Just to hold it in place while I am working on this. And remember, we made these curtain flaps a little bit skinnier, so it doesn't line up at the edge. I'm going to center it. Marcy says, I enjoyed the hop too. Awesome. Okay. So what we're going to also have is a panel on the front, which will have an aperture cut out of it. Now, Karen used like a decorative circle, but I might actually just do a plain old circle, to be honest. and then these bits will come out, and I want there to be somewhat of a continuation along the front. So I'm thinking I'm going to create a cloudy sky, and then we're going to have some grass along here, and then at the back I think we'll have some sea, and we'll have our little Nethy in here with the clouds behind, or not the clouds, the mountains behind it. So that will be fun, and maybe we could have our cows on these bits as well, so that we can they pop out the side, which will be really fun. All right, so let's create some grass along the front. I'm actually going to use the first snow stencil for this to get going. And I'm going to first of all ink up this panel, the front panel. Move that out of the way. And lightly adhere that down, and let me go get some ink. In other news, I this week got some new distressing. Yay! My salvaged patina came in the post. I'm very excited about that. Has anyone else? Ooh, I move my tea. Has anyone else managed to get their crafty little paws on the new Distress ink color? So exciting. Love it. All right. So this one will go here, and then these ones will come out probably about here. So we will add in some more grass over here. Like so. Jasmine says, not got it yet. I'm still working on a full set. Oh, I love having the full set. I think I told you guys that Erica sent me the date night inks from Catherine Pooler. Oh, so beautiful. I just love them. You see me use some of them in my last live, and then this week or last week, I noticed that they had some new inks out again, which are all blues. There's like a sea themed. So I was like, no, I need these two. You gotta have inks. All right, so here's this. So this won't go all the way out. I've left it at a little bit of a gap because it has to kind of hold on to this. So I've done it a bit lightly. We can change it a little bit if need be. And then over here, I'll do the same. I'll kind of hold it where I think it'll end up around about here. And add ink on this side. Lovely. So there's my front panel as it will look like all extended. And then we'll add some sky, and this is going to have a die cut out of it. In fact, I might do that now so that I can see what we're going to see. Let me go and have a look and see what I can find. to cut my panel out. I could go for, ooh, actually, what might be nice is the Fancy Nancy frames. I think that might be cool. If it's big enough, it might not be big enough. Let me see if I can find it. I might need something a little bit bigger. Oh no, it's perfect, perfect size. So let's do that. And I might end up putting a layer in behind for the hearts. We shall see. We shall see. So next step in Heavy HQ is underfloor heating. My laminate flooring arrived this week, which I'm very excited about. Look so pretty. Actually, one of the boxes was completely damaged, so I had to phone and go, excuse me. But they sent a replacement one, so that's okay. We're good with that. All right, so I'm pulling out my stitched circles and my skinny circle frames because I'm thinking I'm going to try and get something that will cover up those, because otherwise it's going to not quite spoil the surprise, but we'll have a little bit of a, well, yeah, kind of like spoil the surprise. So let's cover it up a little bit. See what we can do. This one will work for cutting the hole in the middle, and this one will work for the hole around the outside. What I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to work with blue for this. I'm going to grab some cornflower. And I'm going to center these two as best as I can together. This is a good way to get more mileage out of your dies. You use them together. Time out. Happen to both time out at the same time. So let's try that. Oops. So the great thing is that you actually get two beautiful frames cut out of this as well. So that's always a good thing. You can use these in another project. In the back here. So you can keep them in the back. See? That's what I do anyway. I'll pop these back in here as well. They don't get lost or go on vacation. So this, I want to go behind here, like so. I think that will work well. So let's go ahead and stick this on. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to this. Just in and around the frame. And stick it down. You don't need an awful lot because Gloober is quite strong. He's a strong little guy. I'll just hold that down for a second. All right. Go back to my card. It'll look something like this. This. And then you will see a little bit of the inside when it opens out. The idea is that you have what Karen called a stage. So imagine another panel which is kind of floating in the middle here. Oops, here we go. Floating kind of in the middle here. So that's what I'm hoping to have, and that's going to be I think a little bit of blue sea, and I'm going to have my Nessie in there. That's the plan anyway. We'll have a floating blue sea, and then I think at the back I'll do some more of these mountains just to bring the color all the way through. And in fact, that works pretty well. What about this way? I think that could work. There's a little snow, there's a little hole in the stencil for the snow. And that bottom one, I always accidentally catch it. I have a random piece of green snow falling. But that's okay, because we'll cover it with a critter or something. Hey, Ranger. Hi, buddy.
Here are some results from the
Oh, goodness. What's that all about? You going up to bed? Hurry up. Come on, hurry up. Craft dog tonight, guys. Put the chair here so that you could hopefully see him. Awesome. Loving that look. Now, I think I'm actually going to add some more splatters to this, because splatters are fun. And so you can use just the memo tape to cover the area that you don't want it to splatter. But I have some other stencils here, so I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat. Hmm. Pardon? Audio back? What happened? Any idea? We're back. Do you know what happened, Craigie? No idea what happened. That's my least favorite of all the things that happens, because then you have no idea how to stop it from happening again. Hi, everything. Pat on Facebook is saying that they don't hear anything, but it could just be catching up. So just wait a wee minute. We'll see if it comes back. Audio gremlins, says Marcy. I agree. Audio gremlins. Thought that I'd move over to coloring in so that at least while Craig fiddles around over there, you can just sit and watch. You okay if I change the scene, Craig? People can see better what I'm doing. So for my little Nessie new, I'm using my tri-blends. Craig is the audio gremlin wrangler. Yeah. You're a gremlin hunter, Craig.
Apparently so.
Apparently so. Yeah, chase them away with a big stick. Or a mouse. Not of the squeaky variety. Oh, you're so cute, little man. I like him. So for this little Nessie, I use the tri-blend light green blend. You right? Oh, red. And then we have a citrus green blend. We'll use that for the baby one. Let's see. Hopefully no more gremlins tonight. Wouldn't that be nice? That would be very nice indeed. You can tell I'm using my tri-blends because they're so squeakerific. Lush. So here I have my two little Nessies all colored in. Happy days. And I'm not sure what color I'm going to do that tree yet. Maybe some darker greens. Not quite sure. Let's get some browns on these mountains. Dark at the bottom. And this is called the Earth Brown Shadows. Shade, pardon me. What is it, buddy? Oh, it's very dark. Some nice blending here, which is good. And a real dark mountaintop, which will be cool. Maybe I should have done my mountains green though. to tie in with my hills in the background there. And I'm using the Heavy Doodle alcohol marker friendly cardstock for this. Which helps get a good blend. Beautiful. And got one more at the front, this little baby one. Awesome. Perfect. And then we have our Highland cow. And for our Highland cow, I'm probably going to go multi-colors. So I'm probably going to do some orangey tones. This is called the tan blend, which I think will work well as a base. And then I think what we'll do is we'll add some browns on it, because Highland cows have that gorgeous like gingery colored hair, which is really cool. So I'm gonna go for that. The tan. Actually, this is a really cool color for them. Sometimes a lot of the other colors, certainly that I have in my stash, are actually too orangey. Do I have a tan blend? No, I do not. What's this? Ooh, that one's quite good. Bit more of a green to it. I'll add that in. And we'll add some red brown tones to darken it up. Especially in its feet. He's looking so cute, isn't he? Let me show you. What do you think? Isn't he adorable? So cute. So cute. I'm going to give him some darker feet. And some dark horns. And maybe a darker snout. Looking good. Marcy says, he's just adorable. And Pat says, what brand are you using to color with? Enjoying this. Thanks for sharing. I'm using a bit of a mixture. I am using Spectrum Noir Tri Blends. And then I also use one of these, which are the Spectrum Noir Classiques. So the Tri Blends have got 3 different nibs on them, and they all blend together perfectly. They're all 3 tones or shades of the same color. And then the Classic has a bullet point and a chisel tip. Yum, yum, yum. I just have them both together in the same pot here, so that's why I'm using these, because I have them all together here. Pull them out together and use them. All right, so here's my little cow. I might go for another cow, maybe slightly different colors, just because, you know, I like to mix things up a little bit. We can pretend it's like a boy and a girl or something. even though they both have horns. Wait, I'm guessing girl cows don't have horns, like Highland cows. Can anyone corroborate this for me? Do girl Highland cows not have horns? Anyone? Jasmine, can you do some Googling for me? Is it only the brown one? The brown ones. Is it only the boy ones? I'm guessing that would be true. But who knows? Come back in with my golden yellow again. Definitely some of that orangey tan kind of color. Jasmine's like, 2 secs, she's on it. Thanks, Jazz. Also got gold here. Gold. Always believe it. Oh yeah, that gold's nice. Let's give him a golden snoot. He's more on the yellowy side compared to his counterpart over here. Yes, they both have horns. Oh, and this one is the missus. We're gonna go with that. Interesting. Who knew? Well, you're gonna get a little cheek here. They differ slightly, but they do have horns. Oh, that's so cool. Guys, I think we've learned something on Come Craft With Me today. Even if you didn't learn any crafting things. You learned that girl Highland cows have horns as well. Nice. Okay, so here we go. This goes here. We're going to have this one in the front like so. And we have the grass at the back. I'm thinking I might go for another layer of grass before I put my mountains down. So I'm going to cheat slightly by using one stencil to cover this, like so. And I just want to make this back piece a bit straighter, I think, so I can get this in. In fact, instead of using this one, let's see, what will I use? We could use the grass or the slopey joes, or the slimline scenery also would work as well. So let's see. Let's go for some grass at the back here. I think that would work. So this is the grassy lath dies. So I'm going to create some grass like so. I'm going to create my own stencil using this with some scratch card. So let's go over here and die cut this. To create my stencil for this. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to scare you. Going up to bed? Big noise, huh? Sorry, puppy. There we go. Craft dog tonight. Put my grassy last dye back here. So another way to stretch your stash is by creating your own kind of stencils using your dies. So that's going to go like so. And we'll grab my my ink blending tool again. It doesn't really matter whether it blends into one sort of grass looking area or whether it stays as one layered on top of the other. I don't think that really matters. Bronwyn is here. Hi everyone. Hi Ranger. He's being a crafty dog today. All right, so let's die cut some of these little critters using our Heavy Doodle mini die cutting machine, of course. Let's see. First up, Mr. Mukai. Oh, sorry, Mrs. Mukai. This is Mrs. Mukai. Hi, Bronwyn. I hope you've had a good week. Bree is here as well. Hey, Bree, finally made it on time. Yay! All right, one little moo-moo. Two moo. Put this away and we'll do our little Nessie. I think I'm gonna need my clips, my snips for this. Get my Nessie cut out. Let me go ahead and press that button before the other one times out. Right. Ranger says he's out of here. You had enough of being a craft dog? Off to bed. Good night, buddy. See you later. He turns around and looks at me like, are you coming to bed too, Mummy? It's nice and cozy down there. Curl up at your feet. Keep you warm. I'll just take a moment to make sure I cut off all those little sharp pips on the side. Because I don't want to catch my finger. There we go. All right, so I'm going to now use this to cut out my mountains. Roman says, Ranger sounds like my dog. He's definitely a mama's boy. He is definitely a mama's boy. Loves his mumsy moo. Right, let's get these. Little Nessie. We had a good giggle this week because I think it's on Facebook. You can put as like a profile. You can put, you know, you just click it and it goes Lesley is feeling happy, or Lesley is doing something. And one of the ones that is suggested is Lesley is looking for, and then it suggests things. And one of the suggestions was looking for the Loch Ness Monster. And we had a good little giggle about that this week. This stamp set. Maybe we need a field trip to Loch Ness to see if we can find Nessie. Come on then, little baby Nessie. Let's cut you out. We might only get one. I only get one Nessie on this card. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see. All right. Put this away. So these are going to go in behind, and then I want to have my sky in there as well. So let's grab Cloudy Skies. Which is going to be perfect for this, I think. And I wonder if I should try out my new distressing. What is it like? Is it going to work, or is it too minty? Let's have a look. Bree says, I love your new craft room. I'm remodeling my craft area next week and ordered the new furniture today. Yay! I bet you must be super excited about that. I think like organizing your craft room is like one of the most fun things ever. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely divine. I am going to be in love with this one. I'm going to grab a domed blending applicator. Nice and fresh. And we're going to add some color all over to this. Hopefully. We'll get some nice colors here. Roman says, we love driving around Scotland. The scenery was so beautiful, and yes, we stopped to look for Nessie. Yes, I think it's just what you gotta do. Gotta look for Nessie. Did you find Nessie? So far, I've been unsuccessful in finding Nessie. Apart from in my craft stash. Now I Just have to reach for my Highland Honeys and I can find Nessie every time I want to find her. Little happiness. A little happiness. So let's add some more clouds in here. Oh, this color. New favorite color. King Marilyn the Great says hi. Hello. It goes well. Thank you for asking. It goes very well indeed. So far, so good. Apart from a little audio challenge at the outset, but such is life. Let's see. Bree says, yes, I can't wait for the delivery and get started. Oh, ordering craft furniture is the best. That was me when I ordered. So for these units behind me, you can probably kind of see is that they were on the ground to start off with. And it felt like every time I wanted to do something, I was like crouching like this, which is not good for my back. So I was looking for legs to raise them up. And I found a couple of options. And then I found ones which are, the color was called Peacock. So, I mean, that was it. That was me. Like, I need these. King Marilyn says, do you like silly, wacky questions? You can fire away with silly, wacky questions. Bronwyn says, Nessie was hiding from all of us. She does that. Okay, so I've added, first of all, a layer using my Cloudy Sky stencil. I'm going to come in with another layer with a slightly different style on it. Let's see what we can do over here. Oh, it's such a beautiful color. So King Marilyn the Great says, a mean person from your life is shrunken to a tiny size. You catch them. What would be scarier for them? You putting them into a cookie jar or dropping them in a pudding container? Ooh. What do you guys think? What would be scary for them? A mean person in your life is shrunk. Which is scarier? Well, I think personally, if you're in a pudding container and you can't swim, then that's probably scarier because you have that kind of imminent, if I don't doggy paddle, I'm going to sink and I'm going to drown kind of situation. If you're just in a container, then there's always the, I guess they have hope, don't they, that you'll let them out. But I'm not letting them out. I'm not letting them out unless they behave. What does everyone else think? What would be scarier? Pudding container? Or a cookie jar? Also, I want my cookies in the cookie jar. They tried to escape every time I wanted to get a cookie. Also, my daughter would totally have her hand in the cookie jar and accidentally let them escape. So, it depends on my intentions. Do I just want to scare them and let them out after a while? Or I'm just going to leave them in there. Right, I'm loving my sky, loving my salvaged patina color. Yummy, yummy, yummy. My fave now. And we have clouds and we have grass. And we're going to open up like this. Ooh, you need to do my clouds over here. So we think this is going to land roughly like this. We'll add some clouds to here as well. I think I'm going to do that near the end. Hoping I can do that without causing too many issues. And if we do, hey ho. But the cookie jar, says King Marilyn, it would be scary for them seeing your massive fingers into the jar. True. True. Suzanne says, I definitely walked in an interesting conversation. You did? Okay, this is going to go at the back here. I'm probably going to go ahead and stick this down. I think that's going to be beautiful. I like these random questions. Keep us going. This is fun to talk about if you don't mind. I love it. Absolutely. Let's put that down there with my glue bird. Marcy says she agrees about the pudding container, Brie. Oh wait, pudding container, lol. I can see your analysis on that one, says Brie. Jen's here. Hey Jen, how you doing? Jen, question for you. Someone mean in your life was turned into a very small person. What would be scarier for them, if you put them in a cookie jar or if you put them in a pudding container? Ruminate. Let me know what you think. No wrong answers. Right, so I have my little mountains over there. This is going to go up front like so. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. And so the plan is we're going to have some strips that go on the back of here like this, like that. And they're going to be little straps in order to feed these through here. So I'm going to cut down a piece of, this will do actually, this will do quite nice. And they do not need to be very big. I'm going to go for, this should be fine. We can make it bigger if we so wish. I'll stick that down. King Marilyn says, the person would be running as you put your massive fingers into the jar so that they could grab your fingers. I don't know whether I'd like that. Get off. But the only way of escape for both options is either jump onto your spoon in your pudding or jump onto your fingers or the cookie jar as you lift it out of the jar. Yeah, I think my daughter would totally let them out. Especially if they were able to confer with her, like, little girl, come here. Suzanne says, Lesley, I love your shirt. Can you read what it says? Snacks also. Accurate. Love my snacks, me. Right. So this is going to go here all the way down. I feel like I should have made that a little bit bigger so that I've got more to grip onto. So let's try again. Pudding would be scarier because I'm visualizing them having to swim in the pudding, says Jen. Cookies would just be fun to eat while you're stuck in the jar. Yeah, I think cookies is definitely the sweet deal. You're like, hey, It may be shrunk down and I'm stuck in a cookie jar, but hey, I've got some cookies, hom nom nom. And imagine, I think that's pretty sweet to be tiny and have, like, can you imagine a cookie like this size? You'd be like, oh, yes, jackpot, nom 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 nom. I think so. Liking it. You might play act like you were going to eat them just to scare them. I'm trying to think of somebody mean in my life who would fit this analogy, and I can't think of anyone who's mean in my life. I can't think. All right, so I'm going to pop this one here, and this one's going to go right at the end. So I'll hold it up to the edge and then use my nail as a creasing device just to crease that down. Pop this on top as well. Jen, oh, sorry, I'm gonna cough around the place now. Pardon me. Jen says, how did you start talking about that? We have King Marilyn the Great over on Twitch. Who did I just, there it is, who asked the question, and I think it's a great question. More. Love it. Marilyn says, I hope my ideas are not too odd. I can't see other people's comments. I'm streaming on multiple platforms at the moment, Marilyn. So I'm on Twitch, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on YouTube. And most people are on YouTube. So that's why I like to read out the comments, because not everybody can see. Well, actually, only me can see them all together collated. If you're on YouTube, you see the other YouTube comments. Jen said, I used to work with someone who was really mean, and I wouldn't be putting her in a cookie jar of pudding. I'd be putting her in a jar of hot sauce. Well, I never. She must have been a piece of work. Actually, now that you say that, there was someone I used to work with. It was pretty mean. It was Jasmine. Just kidding, Jazz. I'd never put you in hot sauce. All right, so I have attached this to both sides. Or at least attempted to. You don't want it too tight. You need to have a little bit of wiggle room, because we're going to feed this into here. So hopefully there's enough room. If not, we can slice down. Yeah, that'll work. And we'll do the same on this side here. So let's do that. If you did play act that you were going to eat them, you'd have to be dramatic about it just to be fun. Yeah, I agree. Jasmine, I would put you in a prawn cocktail. That's where you would go. You're welcome. Bree says, I used to have a co-worker that I would have gladly have dumped into a jar of hot sauce. Seems to be that y'all aren't picking the people you work with very carefully. Not that they always have a choice. So here we have another little loop-de-loop. And this time actually where I kind of put the crease and then folded slightly below it, just so that we have a little wiggle room here. Jasmine says, I'm thinking of a particular customer. Oh, yes, yes. Back in the day when we worked in the business center, yes, I think there's probably a few customers that would have gone in a jar. Or a tub of hot. Absolutely. Right, so nearly there. Hold that in, pop that down. Now, as you see, we have these little loopy majigs here. And this one is going to go like so, and this one is going to go like so. Now, to help you be able to grab each of these, I want to cut a notch out of each side of this. I probably should have done this before I attached that. Let me see if I've got a punch that would do the trick for me. Hopefully I do. This will probably do the trick here. A good old-fashioned punch-a-rooney. Got a notch on the side there, can you see? And will we get one matching? Probably not. King Marilyn says, what food would you put me in? Ooh, I would put you in. I think I would put you in. I would put you in a tub of M&Ms. Yay! I like M&Ms. Or, do you know what you should put you in the middle of, you guys might not know what this is, like the Kinder Egg little capsules. Can you see how this is all coming together now? That whenever you pull these out, it reveals this scene in the middle. So much fun. But we want to add what Karen in the blog hop called a stage, which goes right in the middle here. And I'm going to use that same, whatever it's called, cornflower blue. Cornflower blue. And it's going to go right in there. And I'm going to use my, what are you called? Breaking wave border dies for this one. I'm going to cut this down. So Jen, I'm making what Karen from the blog hop called a theater card. I'm not sure if you saw it. It was so good. It's so clever. And I thought I would give it a go tonight for this really, really cool interactive cards. I'm using my Highland Honeys and we're giving it a go. And if anyone else has just joining, then you might want to, after the stream, go on over to the Happy Doodle blog and do the blog hop that we had on the 18th, a few days ago. Jasmine says, he was a really nasty one. I want to say Peter. I don't know if his name is Peter. Was it Peter? It might have been Peter. I know exactly the one you mean. Up the stairs on the first floor, the first one by the men's loos. I still don't want to go in. I have to tilt it a little bit. He was awful. He's definitely a hot sauce kind of situation. And pop this in my Gemini. I think I'd rather put him in the toilet, that guy. Bree says, once we had to go to Mallorca for a week, worst week of my life. Luckily, I work for a new company with wonderful coworkers. Yay! Jasmine says, I still work for the same company, just don't have to deal with customers anymore. You also don't have to deal with me anymore. Sad but true. Okay, so I have my wave for my breaking wave border die. So let's just trim this down a wee bitty. Lovely. King Marilyn says, this scenario is fun to talk about. If I can keep talking about it and have others time. Yes, I think everybody's having fun. And everybody's thinking about who they want to put in that pudding. Also, would it be chocolate pudding or would it be strawberry pudding? Also, I don't know whether you know, but we don't, what you guys in America call pudding, we don't really have that over here. Did you know that? We have a thing called Angel Delight, and we also have like what would you guys say? We have like chocolate custard and stuff like that, but I don't think it's the same. Not the same. All right, so I've cut down my little C. Technically, it's a Loch Ness. Jen says, how cool is that card? It looks so good. Jasmine says, but I miss you. You know that. Yeah, I miss you too, honey. All right, so this is going to go in here. And the trick is that we're going to put 2 grooves right here. So I'm going to put it, I'm going to use, so in the blog hop that Karen did, she just marked it with a pencil and then used a knife to cut it through. But we actually have in the more strips of ease dies, we have these little slots which are going to be perfect for this, I think. So let me go and hunt out the more strips of ease dies. Et voila. Here they are. So this little guy here, I think it's gonna be the bee's knees, if he's going to be long enough, hopefully so. So this, we want to make sure that we cut these before we adhere any of these together. So I'm going to put that not there at all in the middle here, as straight as I can get it. Okay, so I've got that, I think, as straight as I can go, and run it through the machine. And we'll do the same on the side. Bree says, love chocolate, not strawberry. Oh, here we go, looking good, looking good. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. But before I do it, I'm going to poke out this little inside piece. Here we go, use a pokey tool, and then attempt to get it the same distance up from the edge. If in doubt, use heavy memo tape as a guide. All right. Marilyn says, what would your hands look like as you put me in the M&M container? And where would your M&M container be? I'd be like, and put you in my M&M container. But do you know what? My M&M container would not last very long because I quite like M&Ms. But maybe that would be even scarier because you'd be crushed by M&Ms. Especially scary if you have like a peanut allergy. Jen says, I've never seen strawberry pudding in Canada. Oh. Debates are happening now. Lush. Okay, let's put these away before I lose that little piece. Little tiny dies. We don't want to lose them. All right. So let's see. That goes in there. Looking good. I would be the size of a Lego person. Your fingers would be massive. Yeah. But at least today I have my nails done. Yeah. So this is going to go on here. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down now. And I'm going to use wet glue. And this was something that Karen actually said as a bit of a tip. That if you use wet glue, you have a little bit of wiggle room. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Because you want this, oops, to sit nice. But more importantly than it sitting neat on this outer edge, you want it to sit neat in the middle. So with the wet glue, you get a bit more wiggly room. And I can see that I have a very distinct gap here. So let's fix that. Jasmine says butterscotch is my favorite. So yes, in the Angel Delight thing that I mentioned earlier, we have a butterscotch flavor. It's quite nice. I think I still prefer the strawberry flavor. But my friend Nick, who is in Palo Alto, he grew up with me, and his favorite is Angel Delight butterscotch. So when I go to visit, I always bring my bag, open it up, UK flavored chocolate, and all those things that you can't get over in America. Like butterscotch Angel Delight. What would you say before you put me into your M&M container? I would say, M is for Marilyn, in you go. M&M. Okay, so put this on here. I don't think I would put you in though. I'm not that mean. Put this one in here as well. Can you see? I'm not wanting to move it too much yet until my glue completely does its thing. And then this, I'm going to thread through that little gap. I wonder if I can lift it up this way and show you. There you go. Can you see there's a gap here? Do, 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 do. In you go, monsieur. And then through this one as well. Ha, ha, ha. So we will need to put little caps on it so that it doesn't go anywhere. But when you pull these out, oh, this one doesn't want to come. You can see this is floating in there. Ooh, it's all, do you know what? I wish it was a little bit longer. I think I'm going to have to trim these down a little bit. I wish I had that idea before I glued it down. But I'll just do it like this. Winging it. I just don't want to see the bottom edge of this cornflower blue when we open it up. All right. This is going to go in here. That'll do. Okay. So we want to secure this. So I've just cut another piece of corn flour, blue cardstock here, nice and skinny. And I'm going to adhere some tape all the way along it, like so. And hopefully I can pull off the end. Yeah, good. Sometimes that's a bit of a pickle. Ooh, you could put someone in a jar of pickles. That would be gross. So gross. So I'm going to add this to the end just as I kind of button it up here so that it's not going to come out. And you just want to make sure that, oh, don't stick, please. This piece is longer than the gap because you need that sort of T to stop it from coming out that end. And then one of the mistakes or whatever, the happy accidents that Karen made was that she made this piece too long. So you can kind of cut it back as you wish, but I'm going to make mine about here, I think. Like so. Like that. Let's cut that down. Oh, you could totally put me in an M&M container, says King Marilyn. I have your permission, thank you. Ta-da! So look, this kind of reveals itself as we pull this out. You would act as if I was the last M&M in your container for fun, and it would be really funny. Yeah. Speaking of M&Ms, do anyone else have like a favorite color of M&Ms? A question for you. So here I have my card, and when we pull open, this one always wants to escape. Then you can see that we have the C in there. You can see the C. So let's add my inking to the front here. To bring the clouds onto that front panel. Oh, I nearly lost that. So it'd be good if, so it's kind of catch-22 here because you think it would be nice if it continued there when it was closed, but in fact, it's even better if it continues when it's open. So it's a bit harder, I suppose. We'll just wing it. Winging it. Hi, Wendy. Roman says brown is my favorite M&M color. Brown is my second favorite M&M color. Oh, not color, but I like crispy M&Ms. Is that the blue packet? I feel like that's the blue packet, perhaps. And they have like little rice bits in them. Is that the one that you mean? Aged, no, I want to call this aged patina, salvaged patina. I almost called it Bettina, and that's the customer. Patina. Beautiful. Yes, the blue pack. What's my favorite color? My favorite color is yellow. It used to be when I was a kid blue, because if you would sit and suck them, then your tongue would get blue. And I think there's just something about that when you're a kid that you think it's hilarious when your like mouth goes a completely different color. It's like I'm not sure if our international counterparts will have this, but there is a candy, or at least there was. It probably has too many E numbers now for like to be sold. There was a candy here called Blackjack. You guys get Blackjack? And they would come like a little rectangle like this, about 1/8 of an inch thick, and it was wrapped up a bit like a starburst or something. You would unwrap it, and it was black, and you would suck it, and it would make your mouth black and your teeth all black, and it was lots of fun. Lots and lots of fun. I'm picturing you picking me up by my shrunken t-shirt as you lift me up to your gigantic mouth. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids vibe. And then just put you back in my container. Yeah, exactly. Right. I think I have a little cloud down here. And we'll bring those colors here. Maybe do a wee bit down here too, just for fun. And I reckon that is my cloudy sky done. My favorite M&Ms is the peanut ones. I'm not a big fan of the crispy ones, Jasmine. Okay, so our card, the basis of the card is kind of created. We just need to add the fun elements. The first thing I'm going to do is add the Nessie, I think, because we want her to be in here at the back. So I'm going to go and grab my glue dots for fun. Stick these down. In fact, I'm going to add my big glue dots. Peanut ones are the bomb, says Brahman. Absolutely. And I love them as well when you keep them in the fridge, and then you can make your crunch, crunch, crunch. Definitely. All about the peanut M&Ms, especially if they're yellow. All right, so let's add a little glue dot on here. Pop this in here, hopefully in the middle. And I want to make sure that I don't get any glue hanging over the edge, because if I did, it'll stick to the bottom as I put it in. So it's going to sit okay. Let's see. Yep, okay, can close fine. And then pulls out for a little Nessie. Yeah. No. I think I'm going to stick this Nessie to the back here, or the back of this, so they can look at each other, so it will be looking forward. I'm going to put the glue dots on the front paws, I was going to say, on the front flippers. Are they flippers? We'll go with flippers. And I'm not going to... I'm trying not to cover up too much of this area here because that needs to slide into this area while it's closing. So that's cool. Marcy says, I love peanut M&Ms, but the peanut butter M&Ms are your favorite. Aren't they just like Reese's Pieces though? No? Okay, so I think here we've got a little bit of a grass disconnect. So if in doubt, add a critter. So let's pop that right here. And once again, make sure you don't put it somewhere that's going to go under the next layer. We don't want that. On his tail, and one on his little hoof, her little hoof, pardon me. Come on. Silly. Tries to escape every time. I think maybe if I can make these deeper, it would be a bit easier to pull open. Loving it so far. Oh, we kind of lose Nessie's face there. If we can move him back a little. Nope, too late. Never mind. And we'll put another cow. We put another cow in there, and then whenever it pulls out, we get to see that cow. And for this one, I'm going to go glue all the way. I don't want it to catch. Suzanne says, oh no, not sound again. Do you still have sound? Sound. Still looks like it's connected. Can you hear me? Please let me know in the comments if you can hear me. You can hear me. Okay, good. Phew. Just got paranoid now. Paranoia. Right, so I have some other little bits and pieces here. A couple of trees, a little fish. Fishies for me. Color in these trees. And that'll help me create a little bit of a background. Squeaker. Lovely. Oh, there's another one. Almost forgot. And brown for the tree trunk. And let's cut it out. All right, so let's stick this one in here. And when you pull it in, it kind of is hidden by his horn, which is kind of cute. We back now? Don't know what the problem is. Such a pickle. Such a pickle. Did you figure it out, Craigie, or no? Turn it off and turn it on again. That old nugget. We're back. Thanks, Craig. He's the best. The best. All right. So here we have our, let me put this in its little glue holder because it's running out. We've got our moo cow on the front, and then we open it up and we've got a much more exciting scene in the inside. I want to add some more interesting elements around about. So we could add some grass, we could add some hay bales from the Hey There stamp set. Actually, that's a good shout. Let's do that. That will help create some scenery in our field. That'll be good. Thanks, Craig. Oops, I just put a finger in it. Oopsies. Silly me. I'll have a couple of these. Not sure I'll use them all, but we'll give it a go anyway. Oh, some thistles, says Bronwyn. Yes, we could add some thistles. That's a good shout. Or even some little grass. The little tufts of grass are quite fun too. So medium brown for this. It's fun how the card shakes on a color. Love that. And there's actually a color in my Nouveau that is called something like hay bale. I'm going to go and see if I can find that. Brown sugar hay bale. Jasmine says, I'm off to bed for physio tomorrow. Oh, not as early. Managed to finish a card whilst watching you. Yay! Sleep well, Jasmine. I hope you get on okay at the physio tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going into level 2. Yay! Which means, as in lockdown level 2. So that means that we can now eat and rest. There we go. Not that I'm planning on going into restaurants anytime soon, but still nice to have some movement as a country, as a nation, as a county. Pop this in my night jazz and grab my coordinating die for this little guy. Happy for you, new Neville. We're in tiers here in California. Orange tier. We have colorful tiers. Nice. And what does an orange tier mean, Marcy? Is it like green is all right and orange is and red is ooh? Is it like that? Still in lockdown in Canada, says Jen. Marta says we can eat in restaurants, go to movies. Actually, we were talking about movies today. I said, right, what's everybody's plans for the weekend? Trying to get a idea of what everybody was planning to do. And Craig joked, like, oh yeah, do whatever you want. Go to a restaurant, do this, do that. I said, go to the movies. I said, I can't even imagine going to the movies again. I think I would need to psych myself up for that, to be honest. Yeah. I'll be there with my little hand sanitizer. We've not been to the movies in so long though, because the movies over here are like ridiculously expensive. So by the time if Craig and me and Piper were going to go to the movies, by the time you had travel and then your tickets and then maybe some snacks, so like go to the movies, you could have snacks. And like, you're talking 70 quid or something ridiculous. Not good. What's weird was that purple was the worst here, then red, then yellow. Martin says, not 100% capacity yet, though. I haven't gone to the movies. Not ready for that. No, I'm not ready for that either. Let's put some hay bales over here. We stack some hay bales up for fun. Now these ones we want to make sure that they're stuck down well. They're not going to catch when they're coming in and out. Hey, brother. Let's stack that one up. I'll pop one here. Come on, Bluebird, you can do it, buddy. You can't do it. You need the refresh. Every time I finish my live, every time during my live, I go, oh, I need to get a refresh. And then after the live, I forget. Completely forget. Hey-ho. Woo's Creation says, what's the blue tip you're using, please? This is Heavy Doodle, oh, come on. Heavy Doodle memo tape. It is a low tack memo tape. So it's a bit like, you know, the tackiness of a post-it note. It's a bit like that. So it's low tack and it's perfect for using with your dies and holding them down. But I also use them to temporarily adhere things, like before I stuck down these panels, I stuck them together. I use it for all sorts of things. The great news is that it won't rip your projects whenever you pull them off, which is very good. Marcy says, I love the movies, I miss them. Sometimes the food you buy at the theater is more fun than the movie is. Yeah, true. Bree says, no longer in lockdown, but not everything is open yet. No movies, restaurants from 12 to 6, and max people allowed into shops. Yeah. Suzanne says, you're humming one of my husband's favorite. I don't know what is humming. I was either humming Istanbul and Constantinople, which has been in my head all week, or the Hey Brother, because I was using Hey. It's just the way my brain works. So I was going to put sending you a little happiness on the inside, if we can get that in there. Let's see if we can get it centered in there. Might be a little optimistic. But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Sending you a little happiness. Let's get happiness in there first of all. I'm going to make it as low down as I can so that it is seen through the circle. Marcy says, it's fabulous tape. I stock up so I don't run out. And Ruby says, thanks. I'm always ripping when I use washi. Oh, there's nothing worse. I hate that. And it's paper-based, so you can use it to create your own masks as well. So, for example, if you wanted to stamp the little Nessie or whatever, and then cut it out with your scissors and pop it on top, and then you can ink blend around about it. All simple. All simples. You definitely need it. Place the washi on the back of your hand because the oil helps it. Yes, that is a good trick, but it's still not as good as the heavy memo tape. I know, because I developed it so that it would work for how we want it to work. Because especially with the washi tape, if you run it through the machine, the pressure like reactivates the adhesive on the back of the washi tape. And then it's really sticky and it's not fun. Right. Smudged a little bit, which I'm not so happiness about, but never mind. Let's give this a go. I'm just, because I don't think I've used that sentiment before, I'm testing it out just on a scratch piece of paper, which happens to be memo tape. Because the first time that you do a stamp, it can be, there can be residue on it, so from the manufacturing process, and it doesn't stamp cleanly. So better to test it. Better safe than sorry. Hey Roberta, how you doing? All right. We've got sending you a little happiness, and I feel like I might put the muchas gracias on here as well, maybe. I can make it work. So it's a thank you card, but also with a little happiness. Let's see. This is what our card looks like. And it's, oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Blurry. Thanks. So we have our card in our dormant position, as it were. I might put another tree on here just to cover that unfinished tree. I can get it from my stamp set. Where did it go to? Watch right here. Silly me. Silly me, silly me. I think I want another tree behind this guy because I want to fill out this area a little bit. Bree says I thought it was me because I took my glasses off. because I zoomed in to show you something. I think anyway. For a green blend. Oh, this is definitely a different kind of green. And quite possibly a different type of paper, which is why it's not blending quite so beautifully. But it'll do for just now. I thought, oh no, not here too. Instagram wasn't good to Lesley. I know, it was awful. I was complaining because I was saying to Morgan that I bought this really expensive phone so that we could do Instagram lives, and now it's not working. And I think my phone was overheating. Oh, we'll see. We'll keep on trying. Eventually we'll get it. We'll figure it out. I just ordered the tape and the t-shirt fell in my basket. I'm so sad when that happens. Yes, we still have a promotion on our t-shirt. We have 25% off. So grab yourself a t-shirt. We have two different types. We have one that has the Happy Doodle logo, and we also have one that says Stay Weird, and it's the little alien from the You're Weird set. That's my favorite one. I love it. Roberta says someone else had that issue with their phone. Oh, really? Ugh. Phones are the worst. Technology is the worst. Also the best, because I'm so happy that I'm able to do a live for you guys. All right. This boy does not want to stay. The other one is quite happy to sit in there, but this one just wants to escape all the time. There we go. So here we go. Loving it. Love that it says sending you a little happiness. I might put the little one over here if I can find it and I haven't lost it. Marcy says, I need to check the t-shirt site. Yes, they're on the front page. If you go to happydoodle.com/shop, they're right there. So definitely check it out. And if you're not sure on sizing, one of the tricks I found is if you take a sheet t-shirt that you know fits you and you lay it down flat on the bed or on a table, and then you just use a tape measure or use your ruler to go across it, that'll help you figure out the sizing. Yeah. I'm loving this. What do you guys think? Do you think we need, oh, excuse me, got hiccups. Do you think we need to add a, some more elements to the sky? I feel like the sky is a little empty, but I'm not opposed to it. I think that it's kind of cool. And I think my birds and things are going to be a little bit on the big side. Like the wingman and stuff are going to be a bit big for my card. Anyway, guys, adding a little birdie for the sky. Even the gulls are quite big, I think, really. We could add some clouds, but we've got lots of clouds on here already, so I think that's cool. So here I have my card, my moo cows. And then we have sending you a little happiness. If we wanted to, perhaps one of the things we could do is where we have the muchas gracias, we can maybe add it to a speech bubble. I think that might work. So then we have a sentiment on the front of the card when it's in its closed position. Let's see what that would look like. We can cut that out. Just gracias. I feel like I'm going to do it on a what color? What color shall I do it on? Let's just try it on white for now. Just gracias. Such a fun sentiment. Little birds, like the M look, fine birds. Yes, that would be ideal, but I don't have any of them. I could probably just draw them with a pen, mind you. I'm just going to go grab the what she's saying stamps and dies. I think probably the die is going to be a bit small for this actual sentiment, but you'll never know. You'll never know. It's not. It's perfect. Okay, okay, okay. Come over. I'll let you use mine. Yes, I'll be right there. I'd love that. Muchas gracias. I'm also going to die cut the same die using some Kiwi Crush cardstock to make it pop. Pippity pippity pop. And I'll layer one up on top of the other. Oh, I'm so happy that that fits. So good. I obviously planned that when I was making the card, but then completely forgot about it. It happens. It happens. So let's stick this down with moving it slightly to the right and up so that it, so if you slide it to the right and up a little bit, it looks like it has a shadow on it. So I'm a fan of that. And then we're going to add this to the frame, making sure not to get any adhesive anywhere else. So I'm going to go on this side of my card. Right like this. So there you have it. Put that away. This is my card. I'm going to move a bit closer. Hopefully I remember that it's zoomed in. This is your card. Muchas gracias. And then you slide both of these out and you have a sentiment that says, sending you a little happiness. And then this moves a little bit on the inside. You could possibly make those channels on the side a bit deeper if you wanted it to move some more. But I like it just the way it is, that it's quite snug and that it looks quite neat. I'm a big fan of that. I think that's really, really cool. Then on the side, we have another little moo cow coming out. And we have some trees and a hay bale. Yeah, I think those little like birds would be really cute. That's definitely something that we could add to this. Yay! Roberta says, don't forget to give Lesley a thumbs up before you leave. Absolutely, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. Pat on Facebook says, very cute card. So much fun watching you tonight. Yay! Thank you for watching. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's okay. It's on my face now. So I'm going to call it a night, I think. I need to go to my beddy booths. We've got a painter coming tomorrow to do some more painting in Heavy HQ. And also I'm going to try and convince Craig to go and buy a TV. So many things to buy for this new house and not enough time to go and do that. I am going to head off. Thank you so much for watching me, and thank you for your patience as I made my way through making this card. The camera decided to kick off at the most inopportune time. We will figure that out eventually. Thanks again. Woo said, I love this. My mum's favorite are Highland cows. Then you definitely need the Highland Honey stamp set for your collection. You'll need to get it all from Hefty Doodle. Don't forget that we're going to be planning to do some more lives over on the Hefty Doodle YouTube channel. So please, please, please go and go over to the Hefty Doodle YouTube and click subscribe and ring the bell, touch the little bell icon so that you can get notified when we go live. That would be awesome. Marsland says that she's been busy making Kenrick's card. Please wish Kenrick a very, very happy birthday from me here. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I shall see you next week. Happy crafting.